My name is Mike Kirk. I am a professional skateboarder. I'm an actor and a performer. So I got sober on January 2nd, 2009. I started using drugs and alcohol when I was 13 years old. I had a cash job on the weekends. I was making $110, $120. And I started out just kind of buying clothes and buying skateboards and stuff like that. And then that kind of evolved into less buying skateboards, less buying clothes, less buying shoes, and more buying drugs and alcohol. My rock bottom was I lit a house on fire in a blackout. Drugs and alcohol, blacked out. There was a family in there. Nobody got hurt. It happened at 5:30 in the morning. Fire department was called. I ended up passing out. It was an accident. Yeah, it was one of those things where there was like a porch and there was like newspapers, and I guess I still thought I was at the party or something, and there was people around, you know. And so I'm just playing with these newspapers, like lighting them on fire, and something like that happened. I can't tell exactly what it is. Sometimes in blackouts you come out of it for a second, then you go back into it. So this was by my folks' house at the time, and on the corner there was an Elizabeth, New Jersey detective that lived there, and there was an undercover cop car that was there. And I remember I came to for a second, and I had newspapers that were on fire in my hands, like 100 feet from the house. And I'm looking at the house, and I see that it's on fire. And it's on fire enough to the point where there's nothing I can do about it. And in my mind, since I'm in a blackout, I was just like, this is not real, you know? And that's where things can get really fucked up, you know, being an addict and alcoholic, where I had these flaming newspapers. I'm next to this undercover cop car. It's 5:30 in the morning. I think at that point I probably just dropped the newspapers and just like walked in. I mean, I was 18 years old, living at my parents' house, walked in, passed out on the couch. At some point I had a cell phone on me. So I woke up and I probably slept like 3 hours. And, you know, it wasn't my cell phone because I was like that much of a loser at the time. My mom was like, get my cell phone back. You know, you took it, and I didn't say you can use it, and, you know, where is it? And that's ultimately kind of how I got caught, is the cell phone was dropped somewhere around the house. And I remember even going out and seeing the next day and, you know, looking, and the house was charred up, and I just asked right away, did anybody got hurt? And they were like, no. And basically I was just relieved, and then got brought in for questioning, which they weren't really allowed to just pick me up off the street, but I mean, it is what it is. I think that's kind of also what helped me later on in court. And then I was facing 15 years in prison. And then within that time period, even after I beat the case and I got probation, I was still using, you know, and I ended up breaking my ankle. And then I was slowed down. I was on my parents' couch just saying, you're a loser. Whatever game there is in life that you were playing, you lost. Nobody wants to be around you. People are just scared of you. And, you know, it's not cool anymore. You know, it wasn't cool, you know. So I remember I used 6 days before a probation visit. I had a broken ankle. I was taking prescription pills that were prescribed to me for the broken ankle, but then I was still getting high. And it was a New Year's party, which was the last time I got high. And, you know, I ended up smoking a blunt with my cousins, not my cousins, but like that circle, you know, and I could not look myself in the mirror, you know. It was the next day. Even when I went to go to sleep, there was a girl and she wanted me to sleep with her, and I was like, I got a broken ankle, like I got high, I'm gonna be going to prison, like could not perform, just like this is not gonna happen. I'm going to sleep, you know, I'm sorry, and just, oh, I'm so sorry this is happening to you, all that bullshit. And I'm just like, this is real. You know, I'll never forget the next day when I woke up and I looked in the mirror and I was just gray, like just gray. There was no color in my face. I think my hair was black, like literally at the time, like I dyed it black. This was like where my soul was. It was like, it was bad. That's the long and the short of it. I mean, that was my rock bottom.